I would also like to say one last thing. I know that this show has topics that ranged greatly today in a moment of silence, but I urge you to please continue to watch The Boring Show. There are many interesting speakers to come, great topics for them to speak about. My favorite one will be from a nurse. Latin terms, diagnosis. Those are what will be talked about. An electrician will be on the show, explaining light. A shoemaker will be on the show. My dogs will be on the show. Maybe. A scientist will be on the show, explaining the process of wood on the bottom of the ocean and how and why that is actually the best firewood to have, and how one can obtain that wood from the bottom of the ocean. A chemist will be on the show that will explain interesting theories. Another guest is one whom makes foam. I will have a saleswoman on the show that will explain the techniques of doing research on a client, such as demographics, how many people live within that area, how big is that area. On one show, I will give a lesson, and that is to know and be able to mark points from one point to another, to figure out the miles or kilometers, then to figure out how much gas it will take you to drive based on how many gallons your car holds, how many miles per gallon your car gets, what type of fuel you use, when you buy the fuel, depending on the dollar amount. If you're going to be driving in the early morning or in the afternoon, if your air conditioning will be running, how many people or weight you will have in your vehicle. One thing last before I go is I wanted to talk to you about produce in the grocery stores and how I feel about the produce section. It's very cold, as we all know, in the produce section at the grocery store. And there is also beautiful displays of vegetables as you walk in to the grocery store with red, green, yellow, lots of colors, make lots of vegetables. I really like the produce section because I feel healthy when I walk into the produce section. Lots of vegetables to choose from. Celery, cabbage, artichoke, tomato, carrot, turnips, lots of fruit also in that area. Apples. Apples and bananas. Kiwi makes a good salad, fruit salad with if you put kiwi and cucumber together, it's very delicious. I'm very, very glad that you have watched my show and the boring show. I thank you. It is very important for me to do this show, to introduce to you many people that know things.